Hello everybody, I hope you're doing really well. I hope you had a great 4th of July. We had a very fun weekend. We went to the beach and saw our family and really had a great time. Came back with my eyes all puffy though, so that's really not good. I ate something I did not need to eat, and it's like that's one of the small side effects that comes from it. If that was the only side effect, that would be great. Okay, so to get started, I really want to talk to you today about, and I did not get all my stuff kind of gathered up here like I needed it before I got started. So I'm trying to kind of separate my stuff here. So what I want to talk about today is how important it is for us in our health. A lot of times we hold things in ourselves and we try to keep things under our own hat. And I always think about, whenever I think about this particular subject, I always think about the little song, Hide It Under a Bushel. I'm not going to hide my light under the bushel, and I'm going to let it shine. So I think about that song when I think about sharing oils. Not that I'm comparing sharing oils to sharing the gospel, but it kind of like just puts that picture into my mind, because I think about how important it is. A lot of times we don't want somebody to think that we're really weird because we're trying something new or doing something that's odd, maybe something that may be not typical. And so we don't want people to look at us and think that we're a little bit weird. And so we just don't share something that we're doing, and we may be doing something that's great for us and something that we've had success with and something that's making us feel better. But then we kind of go, I don't want to share that with someone else because they may not feel that same way. So I am Mary Hanley. I am a Silver with Young Living, and I am really excited to be sharing this with you today because this is something that I'm very, very passionate about. And a lot of times I don't spend near enough time talking about this because I get so more involved and more passionate, I guess, about talking about health itself and the need for health and what we need to do to keep our bodies healthy, keeping our guts clean, keeping all of the things that need to be going on happening like they're supposed to. So I really forget this aspect of it, that I'm not the only one that can do this by myself, because I have people that I can talk to. I have people who are friends and family and people that know me, but I don't know everyone, and I don't have access to every single friend circle. As much fun as that would be, and that would be awesome, there are still people that you know specifically that are your friends, your family, that need to hear from you. People that need to know where you have been, the troubles and the issues and the things that you have gone through, and then you found a result and you found something to help that. And that's where this sharing comes into play and is so important. There's so many times that I talk to people and they'll say, man, I wish I had known about this sooner. Or I wish so-and-so, somebody had talked to me about this one other time, but then they didn't ever come back and talk to me again. Or, like you hear all these stories of people, their health just disintegrating so slowly over time. And sometimes we don't know the pains that are there. We don't know the problems that are going on in someone's life. But by just simply sharing something and just, as you hear, as a friend is talking about, I've had this issue going on. Just like for me for this week, I ate something that had gluten in it that was not good, and it's like totally like messed up my system. And one of the small aspects is like an allergy type feel that comes along with it. And so it's like I've almost got a cold, my nose runs, my throat hurts, my eyes water. But that's what gluten does to a lot of people, and they think that it's just simply allergies, and it's not. There may be a sensitivity to something else. But in that process, to make this better, to keep it from just being really horrible, I have different oils that I can use that make it better. So I use lavender, lemon, and peppermint to help kind of effect, loosen up some of the effect of that, lessen the effect. I also put Digest on my tummy to help the tummy issues not to be quite so horrible. There's just a whole lot of things. I use Sulfurzyme, and I like double up on it, and it's a supplement. So instead of just taking 2 at a time, I take 3 or 4 at a time. Just double up on it and try to get things going back in the right direction as quickly as possible, and getting my gut cleaned out and getting everything, because it takes about 3 days. And like right now, I cannot see because my eyes are so bad. So it takes some time to work through that. But used to, before I knew any of those things, I would just be dazed. Like I would take medicine for it to help it seem to make it better, but it made me tired. It made me still not even, like, even though I was tired, I still had side effects from, like, I still kept having the same symptoms over and over, because my gut was so messed up. Because I didn't know my gut was messed up. I just thought it was allergy simply, and that was it. So I took allergy medicine, and so the gut part wasn't being healed, and the allergy part was still there all the time, and I did not understand why. Even when I took medicine, it didn't necessarily clear it up. It would kind of like make it less horrendous, but then I wanted to sleep 24/7. So when I found out there was a different thing that I could use, it was like, oh my word. So to go to my friend who gave me this amazing gift, if she had just hid it under the bushel and gone on and been like, oh, she's not going to like this, she's not going to care about this, and just passed me by, then I wouldn't have ever known. I had several other friends mention it to me, but they didn't really explain what it could do, what it might possibly do. They didn't give me any samples to try. And so I was like, okay, that's great. I'm glad you found something that works for you. That's wonderful. But I didn't understand what it was, because they didn't explain what it was, and they didn't tell me all the things, So it became that thing where I thought, man, I keep hearing about these oils, and I keep hearing about this stuff, and it sounds great, but I don't know anything. So when my other friend came to me and said, I think this is something that would work for you, and at the time I was having, like, my kids were having issues with some of this same type of stuff, and didn't still there again understand what was going on. Their immune system was just staying so low all the time. And by her just taking that step and just saying, it may not work, it may not do anything for you, but it's not going to hurt to try. And so we tried, and it was amazing. And that was history. That's been almost 8 years ago now. So do not ever underestimate the small thing that you may be sitting here going, oh, everybody's gonna think it's weird. Everybody's just, there's nothing I can do with this. Don't underestimate that. Do not take that for granted, that small thing. Do not take it for granted, because you don't ever know how just saying, I don't know if this will work for you or not, but it's worth a try, and let them try a little bit. Give them a little bit of peppermint for some inflammation, or give them a little, if they have some allergy things and seasonal things going on, give them some lemon, lavender, and peppermint. That just may be what they need. And it may not be exactly what they need, but you're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting a thing by sharing that with them, and you never know how that's going to change their life. So that is my biggest point, is we need to think about other people on a regular basis and think about what their needs are, not about our own. And I am more than happy to share with anybody on the subject and talk about it and go through what things are good for. But I also don't know the entire world, so I can't do it by myself. And there's always that need for help and that need for sharing something with someone else. Even if it's just simply saying, you know what, this may not work for you. It may be something that you're not really interested in, but I would love to invite you to this class. And you just come and just listen. Just listen to the class. And if it's something that you think might work for you, then great. If not, it's no big deal. And it's as simple as that. Or sharing one of the classes, like a 101 class, which is just simply the very basics of oils, or Ningxia, or Thieves. And you can go to oilabilityteam.com, and she has got every one of the Premium Starter Kit bundle classes each on there. You can click on share, and they're all there. They're free, and you can click on one, and there's a podcast for each one of them, and you can send that to your friend and say, here's this video or this audio that you might be interested in hearing about. This is what I was telling you about. And while doing that, then you can have your friend learn more. Now, one great thing about this, when you share with someone else, Young Living don't want you to just share to be sharing and not get something in return. They offer you a very handsome return thank you check. Now, when you sign someone up, if your friend says, oh, I just think this is great, I really want this bundle, and you sign them up, you can give them your member number. It's extremely easy to find. You can ask me, shoot me a message, and I will help you find your member number, and I will show you where to get that very easily. And you'll just shoot them your information, your link for your specific link. They'll click on it, and it will put them under you. When that happens, then you are able to earn a small commission. When you sign someone up with a premium bundle, then you're able to get $25 back from a fast start bonus and $25 for enrolling them as a thank you. So you'll get $50 for the bundle. Now, if they decide that they just want to order, like say they've got some anxiety issues or something like that, and they don't necessarily want the bundle, they would like to have maybe some oils that would help just strictly for anxiety. And if they order, $50 or $100 worth, you're going to get 25% of what they order. So if they order $50 worth, you're going to get 25% of that. If they order $100 and $300, whatever, you're going to get 25% of that. So that is a huge perk to being able to help someone to sign up. You can sign them up either way. It does not matter, and they can kind of go through and pick the things that they want specifically that's good for them. Today, I want to spend just a minute. Now, when you start sharing, now I know a lot of people, during COVID, a lot of people their jobs, they either came home or they may have gotten laid off from their job because of COVID. And I know there's a lot of people in a different position now. If you really would like to get your oils for free, I can help you do that, and I can show you how easy it is to just be able to get just as simple as getting your oils for free, or actually making a paycheck to make up the difference from maybe you losing a job, or maybe you want to come home and you want to be with your family and you don't want to have to work outside the home anymore and you want your kids at home, all of those things. So this is a sample, and I'm going to kind of scoot it up close, if you can see that. This is kind of a sample of some of the very average amounts that you can make with Young Living. Anywhere from nothing, being a distributor, all the way up to $130,000 a month. Each of these that are on here, each of these amounts are all monthly. That's not yearly, that is monthly. So as your average silver is $1,300 a month, your average executive $300 a month. That varies. I mean, if you've got a lot of people who are ordering on your team, you may end up, having more than that. So as you can see, there's this huge possibility. There's a huge ability to be able to do a lot with Young Living. Now, even if all you wanted was to be able to pay for your oils for free and get them for free, you could be a senior start. That's typically around $125 a month, and that would get you your order for free. You would get paid each month, and then you could order your stuff and get that without even having to pay anything out of pocket, which is a huge blessing, because a lot of times, I mean, just like if you're not making as much, or if you just simply don't want to have to keep paying out that money, it's huge. I mean, we spend I spend a lot on my oils every month, because we have all of our vitamins. We use all the supplements, oils, and then Ningxia and Nitro, and all of our toothpaste and soap, and all of that kind of stuff. So we swap out. There's not another business that you could go into, like if you're selling pots and pans or leggings or whatever. There's only so many pots and pans that you can order and that you need. But with Young Living, you can swap out. Like, you get paid to shop at your very own store. So like Young Living, your team, your organization would be your business. You would be the CEO of your business, but you could go to your store and shop and get paid for shopping at your own store and get those things for free. You can buy your toothpaste, your shampoo, your laundry detergent, all of the things that you need. You can buy all of those things and swap out and basically get paid for being in your own business. So you can't go to Walmart and do that. They're not going to pay you to shop at Walmart. So this is a huge major swap. It's a huge deal to be able to swap out what you're normally having to get anyway. You're going to buy soap. You're going to buy all of the things, all of the dishwashing detergent, and all of the clothes detergent, and toothpaste, and all your care stuff. You're going to buy all of those things. So you can either buy it at Walmart, or you can buy it in your own store and get paid for buying from your own store. So that's the way I look at it when I think about buying, when I'm swapping things out and I'm ditching and switching things. Because first of all, we don't want the chemicals in our house, because the chemicals are what causes so many problems in our bodies. They're endocrine disruptors, which is making our bodies very lethargic, and that is what makes us so tired. And then we don't feel like doing anything else. We can't function to do all of the things that we need to do every day, because our endocrine is being disrupted, and things are not functioning like they're supposed to. Our hormones are being disrupted because of the chemicals that are going into our bodies, all the xenoestrogen that is being thrown into everything that we use, everything that's coming into our home. All of those chemicals are going into our bodies every day. This is causing problems with our kids. It's causing problems in us. And so our body is thinking, oh, we're fine on the estrogen, so it's not creating more. But it's really not real estrogen we're getting this fake stuff, so it's really not there. So then our hormone balance is just so out of whack. And so then we have things like fertility problems in these young women who are wanting to be pregnant so bad, and they can't because their hormone balance is so out of whack. So we have to think about everything that we're putting on our bodies and what we're putting into our homes every single day. We are the gatekeepers. We are the ones that are responsible for taking care of our family. So we have to consider all of those things every single time we're doing anything and everything that we do. So I want you to think about those things as you go through this week, and really think about if you were to share with one of your friends, who would you share with? Who is somebody who you know already is having some issues that may not have the most quality of health, who you know are already feeling very lethargic? They may just they may be negative all the time. And negativity comes from some of these things being out of balance as well. If your sugar is out of balance, if you know someone has diabetes and their sugar just seems to always be up and down, there's so much stuff that we can do to help with those things. If you do not have a pocket reference guide, let me see. This is a pocket reference. It's kind of thick, but it's got all of it. This one got so messed up. I don't know when ordered it and then it came, like half of it's upside down, but most of them are not that way. It was just mine. It was just the greatness of mine. But in here, it tells you an ailment, and then it tells you what things to use for those ailments. So it totally takes the guesswork out of it for you. If you don't really know what to share with your friend or your family member who's having an issue, it's like you may say, friend, I saw that you had a bacterial infection. Then you can go over to the bacterial infection area of the book and you can say, I would like to bring you some things. This may work, but it may not. But I think it would be an answer that you're looking for. I could bring you some things that might help with that a little bit, that may support you in that area. You don't have to like go through that far extreme, but you can find so much within the pocket reference that will help you to guide you a little bit in a direction to kind of sorry, my throat's gotten dry. That can kind of help you lead into the direction that you need to with some of your friends. Just be very honest. Say, I don't know everything. I don't know much, but we can research it together and we can find an answer. And I am more than happy anytime you have questions, or if you say, I have a friend that really needs some help, but I don't really know what to tell them. Tell me what's going on. I can help you research that and find out what would be the best thing that we could get them to get them feeling better. Or if they sign up, you sign them up, not me. You sign them up because they're your friend, they're your person. And then keep it simple. Don't make it complicated, because it's not complicated. It is probably the easiest thing you will ever do for your family, because there's really not a whole lot of guesswork. You grab it, you put a dab on your arm, and you run. You don't have to worry about it. It's extremely simple. So this week, I want you to write down 10 names of people that you really would like to talk to this week. Now, if you are really serious about this and you really want to share some love with some friends or family, let me know. I would love to help you get to Senior Star over this month. It's not very hard to get to Senior Star. Senior Star takes $2,000 OGV, which is basically $2,000 worth, which is really very simple to get to. And that would be a normal income of around $125 a month coming in to your household, and be able to pay for your oils and get them for free. Or we can, like this month, we could get you to Star, which is a great place to start off and get you moving in that direction. And that doesn't take much, because if you have an order of 100 PV, then you only need 4 people to make it to Star, which is very easy to do. Very easy to do. My first month, I signed up 4 people within the first couple of weeks. Like, it didn't take much at all, because I was so excited. I just wanted everybody to feel better. Like, everybody needed it. It didn't matter who you were. You needed it. So I want you to think about that this week. Write down 10 names of people that you feel like could really use this, and that would really be something that would help them tremendously. I want you to, second of all, I want you to think about becoming a brand partner. Now, used to, you would sign up. Things are about to change in like the next couple of days. Used to, you would sign up. If you became a member, then you were automatically a distributor, so you could sell or whatever if you wanted to. And if you did not sign up as a member, you were a customer, which you paid full retail price. If you became a distributor, then you saved the 24%. So now things are about to change just a little bit. So instead of having distributor and customer kind of difference, there'll be You'll be either a customer or a brand partner. Now, if you have not, as of the last year, signed anybody up, then you will be considered a customer. You will just be on the customer side. If you decide you want to share and you want to make a paycheck with Young Living, then you will be, you'll need to get a brand partner kit, which will scoot you over into the distributor side of things. So with that kit comes several different things, but one of the things you get is this Rise book, and it is awesome. It takes you through the first 90 days, I think. 90 days journey to success, and it's to help you get started quickly and easily without it being complicated, and to kind of take some of the guesswork out of it. So we're going to kind of go through this over the next few weeks because it's really a very good book, and it will help you kind of think through your goals, think through what you need, you would like to do, what your goal may be for, from now till Christmas or whatever, and to help you break all the things down into small pieces. So we're going to kind of walk through that over the next few weeks as well, and kind of get that into our mind. So if you have not ever signed anybody up at all, or it's been a year or more since you have, then you're going to be on the customer side. So if you are interested and you really want to become a brand partner, then we need to scoot you over to the other side. Now, this, as of today, is still not in play. It will happen over the next few days. So if you decide that you want to do that today or the next couple of days, then we can go ahead and be working on that. But in the next few days, it's going to swap over. I hope that makes sense. That may totally not make sense whatsoever, but we'll talk it through it. So just send me a message. We'll talk all the way through it. So my biggest thing is, it's so important for us to share with our friends, because you only know your people. I only know my people, and I can't know your people because they're your people, and you are the only one that's going to reach your people. I can't reach your people. So think about it. Think about how important it is for people to find help in their health. It is just so highly important. I cannot even imagine where we would be today without having Young Living. I mean, there was so much going on in our life when we decided to do this. It was just unbelievable, and I never went into this thinking I was going to ever make a business out of it. It just happened. It just became one of those things where I could not help but share with people, and then it just kept flowing from there. And it's been the most amazing thing for me and my family, and for us to watch all of it come out and play out like it has. So don't hide your light under a bushel. Don't stay over in the corner and think, oh, this is so embarrassing, it's so weird. Please don't think that, because I promise you, somebody out there needs it. Somebody needs to hear your words. Somebody needs to hear you say it's okay. I know you're hurting. I know that there are things going on. This may not help, but it may help. It may be something that you need, and it may be the answer you're looking for. So do not ever underestimate that fact at all. So I hope you'll have an amazing afternoon and a great week. Come back. I don't even know what today is anymore. Today's Wednesday. So on Friday, we will be talking a little bit more in starting our Rise book and beginning through the next process of getting you started and moving you forward to become an amazing sharer with your friends. Love y'all.